Hello, I'm Tim Durham with Durham's Bee Farm, and I'm going to talk about dead outs. Now, years ago, we just had our hive died, our colony died. But these young folks now, they call them dead outs, O-U-T-S, which that's good. That's what it means. So this is what you should do, what you need to do to make it a pleasure to go back in the hive the next time you put some bees in it. I wear these gloves here. They're cheap, and there's hard rubber on this side, so it's not hard rubber, cloth on the back. And the reason I wear them is if you get propolis on your fingers, you cannot get it off, and you get it all over your truck and your vehicle and your steering wheel. This is a single brood chamber hive, and this was a dead out, a hive that died. I just went and pulled it from the bee yard today. Now it was a double brood chamber, and for illustration purposes, I have just one brood chamber. All right, I'm going to take the top off. All of the names of the parts of a beehive are simple. This is an inner cover, and they're all basically simple names. And the hive body, right? This is a deep hive body. What we raise, we use for a brood chamber. Now, this is a screen bottom board. A screen bottom board right here. So we're gonna put this aside, and the subject is to what are you going to do with a hive that's died? What are you going to do with the frames? Before you put bees in it, please take each frame out and clean them up. And I'm going to show you how to clean them up. And but first, let me address this. A beekeeper sent me a message the other day and said that he didn't go into his hive last year, and it was all glued together and burr comb, and he couldn't get them out. Make a point to at least go into your hive and take two of the outside frames out, like I'm going to do right now, and clean them up. Because all of us, we don't go into the hive as often as we need to. So keep these two outside frames cleaned up, so next year, when you need to get into it or want to get into it, then it'll be possible and easier because you've at least kept these two outside frames clean. Now, you don't have to go through every frame if you don't want to. This time, when you go into the hive, you take these outside frames from this side, clean them up, you put them back. Next time you go in the hive, start on this side and clean 2 or 3 of these up. And so now we're gonna take, now this is a frame puller. There's different kinds. I kind of like this one. There's different kinds. All of them will work. Now, if your hive is really propolized and burr combed, then you need to run your hive tool between the wood and this frame. And if there's any burr comb in there, you need to cut it, maybe with a knife. And a knife would probably be better than this hive tool. And likewise, you come through here, and if there's any burr comb connecting the two combs, then you can cut it with a knife. Now, you use your frame puller and slip it around the frame like that, and now you use your hive tool to pry on the end. And this is going to be okay, now that end has got a little loose, and this end here is now it's got loose. Okay, so now you can see this I don't know if you can see this propolis right here on the side of the frame, the end, and all that propolis. Scrape it off, and after you have do each frame that on a dead out. You do each frame that same way, and then I'm going to move a little faster here. Now, right here in the frame rest, there's a lot of propolis right in here. That's where the frame rests. So be sure and clean that out, and any propolis all the way around it, clean it out. Put your frames back in there, and now here's what I do, and you have 2 or 3 different choices here. After you've cleaned it out, you don't want to let this brood chamber lay around indoors or in your shop or outdoors in warm weather. Moths will get in it and absolutely ruin it. So, especially in warm weather, after I've cleaned it up, I'll take a bag and cover it up and put it in a freezer for 2 or 3 days, and then I'll take it out and put a fan on it and let the fan blow through the comb so condensation does not gather on these combs. And once it's acclimated to the temperature, then I'll put it in a bag like this again and let it protect it that way until I get ready to put a swarm in it or package bees. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Down below is a comment section. Good Lord willing, I answer every question, comment, and under the video, kind of on the right hand side is a thumbs up, and give me a thumbs up. Like I say, if you don't like it now, don't do anything. So I hope I've helped you, and if you have any questions, let me know, and hopefully the next time the subject will be split in a hive. Thank you. All the little boys in our area here call me Papa D. And little Johnny lives next door, and the larger boys in the neighborhood would ask little Johnny, said they'd show him a nickel and a dime, and they say, little Johnny, you can take one of them. Which one you want to take? And little Johnny take the nickel. Well, this goes on for a pretty good while. And so one day they pulled the same trick, you know. And I said, I called, after the other boys kind of cleared out, I called little Johnny over there. And I said, little Johnny, I've got to tell you that those boys are making fun of you because they're offering you a dime and a nickel, and you always take a nickel. Don't you know that that dime is worth twice the money that nickel is, even though it's smaller? Little Johnny said, Papa D, I know that, but if I took the dime, they'd stop making the offer. And right now, I'm $2.55 ahead. All right. Y'all have a good day and happy beekeeping. And send me your comments. Bye-bye.